In today's video, I'm going to show you the steps I took to install a 12-volt diesel heater in my 1948 GMC Silverside bus conversion. So here you can see the ductwork coming off the back of the furnace. Got a little Y pipe here, sending heat to the front of the bus from here and to the back of the bus from here. Coming from the Y pipe, I got it tucked up there in the corner. You can see I have a diverter here that takes it up into the bus here. I'll show you that vent in a second. The control wires are running right along next to it, and then that pipe continues on towards the front of the bus. Now that's kind of just blocked off just past that bulkhead you see right in that area, and I still have to find a route to get a vent towards the front of the bus. So coming off that Y pipe towards the back of the bus, I've got it tucked up along the original heat duct in the floor there. That's kind of what that's fastened to. And then I drilled a hole here and shot across this duct and came up in the back room of the bus, which is basically our bedroom back there, kind of the lounge bedroom. So here you can see the final install of my diesel heater. Down below here you see this black box. It's just a metal box that I fabbed up to lift this heater up off the floor. The combustion air filter would have vented or came out the same place as the exhaust, right out the bottom. I really didn't want to draw fresh air for the combustion underneath the bus. I wanted to have it a little more dry, a little more protected. When this hatch comes down, this covers this whole thing up. But that's the little box that I built there. These two filters are just some high flow filters you can get at any auto parts store. This one's a 4-inch and that one's a valve cover vent. Real easy to get. But beyond that, this install went really well and this machine has performed great. So here we are in about the middle of the coach. Got my kitchen area here, refrigerator. Got a dinette in the lounge over here. But this is where I decided to put the controller for the heater. So this is an LCD controller. Also acts as our thermostat. It does a really good job in this location. So I end up having to fish a wire from here up and over through the ceiling to come down, because the heater actually sits just to the behind me a little bit off to that side of the coach. And in the other video I showed you where the heat actually comes up into the floor, well, that's inside this cabinet here. And right down here is one of the vents that I've installed for the heat. Standard house vent. I think it's a 4x12 vent. It's got an open and close shutter on it. I've got the same thing installed in the back in the bedroom / lounge area. But these two here have done pretty well to keep the whole coach at temperature, but I do have plans for a future vent up in the front somewhere, probably in the driver's compartment, because it does get a little cold on those cold days driving. So down here you can see where I came into the bedroom lounge area with a vent here. This was a little challenging because I had to fish that 4-inch vent across the original heat duct, the opening underneath this floor here. It's kind of a blind space. It was really difficult to get to, but I managed to get through. And the next challenge was this whole corner is boxed out with 2x4s. So originally this vent I had planned to lay long ways across the floor, but once I opened this up I realized I couldn't do that and I had to compromise. So one of the things I had to do when installing both of these vents is I had to create my own housing, basically the ductwork to hold these vents. And so with a little trial and error I came up with a template. And I cut them out of tin metal and they folded up, and were perfect. So a little bit of measuring, a little bit of testing with cardboard made the whole thing. So I appreciate you watching today. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.